Hi, everybody. Uh, it's 4 a.m. and I'm recording a video that I really don't want to be recording. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it should ever have to have been necessary for me to record this, but here we are. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Valley, or some of you may know me as Ashley. I'm a League of Legends amateur caster, a former Tier 3 Overwatch coach, a collegiate player. I make content on Twitch, on YouTube, primarily now for League of Legends, but I've made it for Overwatch and Valorant and Apex Legends in the past. And I'm transgender. Today, a popular transgender figure who I don't feel super comfortable naming. I know she's like a popular figure, but I don't feel comfortable like without her express consent to be mentioned in this video. But her and two of her transgender friends were attacked, robbed, assaulted, threatened with their lives being ended, mocked, recorded, and humiliated solely for being transgender. This was in a public street in California. People stood by and recorded it. A woman was pushed to the ground and had her head kicked in because she's transgender. Women had scooters, bikes thrown at them because they were transgender. A woman had a crowbar held to her head and her life threatened because this guy was upset that she was a man pretending to be a woman. I am scared. And I am sad. And I am tired of seeing this. And I don't have something to say as far as what should be done about this right now because I don't know. I'm still in shock about it all. But I do want to make this video to give some perspective on what it's like to be transgender, not only in the real world, but in the esports world as well, and how it affects my life, and how it affects a lot of people's lives. I'll start with the real world, because I grew up for 18 years of my life before I came out as transgender, before I accepted who I was, living as a male. I didn't live in fear. I was middle class. I had a good family. I went to good schools. I have a white skin complexion. I was heterosexual. I had all the markings of privilege. I never felt fear for my life walking down the street. I never felt fear for my life because someone hated me for who I am. I had everything. Then I came out as transgender, and a lot of that changed. And I still have privilege for, being white, for being middle class, for having a good education. That is all things I'm privileged to have. But that doesn't mean I don't deal with the hate and harassment that trans women and women in general deal with on a daily basis. And it is far worse than what people want to admit. When I was a male and I heard I'm scared to walk down the street, I thought that was an over-exaggeration. I came out as transgender and I felt vulnerable wearing a crop top when previously I had worn shirts. I had gone shirtless at the beach before and felt nothing. When I'm walking in public daylight on my college campus and it's just me and a college student, some dude college student behind me, I feel scared. That never happened before. There is so much that I'm scared of every day waking up. I don't want to put on makeup. I don't want to do my hair or put on a pretty outfit. Wear something that helps my dysphoria, that makes me feel better as me, when I know that I'm going to get all that hate and all that attention, and that my life is at risk, that I am at risk of assault, sexual, physical, etc., that I am at risk of being called slurs walking down the street, that I am at risk of getting kicked out of changing rooms, which I have been multiple times, that I am one Iowa Midwestern redneck who believes trannies don't deserve rights or a will to live, pulling out a shotgun and ending it all there. I am terrified to get up in the morning. And before I came out, video games were my escape from my depression, everything that I dealt with. If I wanted an escape, I went and played video games. I went and talked to my friends. But I don't get to escape anymore. And I always tell people it's not an escape anymore because now it's my job. Now it's what I want to do. Now it's my passion. But that's not true. I used to believe that that was the case. But now I realize I was just saying that because I didn't want people to have to recognize the reality of what I dealt with. Because that was, not what people wanted to hear. People didn't want to get that real all the time. Video games are supposed to be fun. What you're passionate about is supposed to be fun. It should be exciting. So when I get up and I'm scared to go outside, when I'm scared to do what I need to do to be more me, to feel better in my body, I can't go to my safe space anymore. Because the esports world is full of the same hatred. It's full of outright homophobia, transphobia, sexism, misogyny, racism. All minorities go through this. But it's not just full outright. I've been threatened and told that I don't deserve to live, that someone's going to come to my house and murder me, that they're going to DOS me and harass me, that they're going to rape me. I've gotten those DMs just because I'm trans. But it goes beyond that. It goes to being scared to change my voice because I won't get gigs in the industry. It goes to being denied coaching jobs multiple times in Overwatch because I was transgender, even though I was more qualified than the person they gave the job to by a large margin. It goes beyond not wanting to change my voice because people will judge me. It goes beyond not being able to read Twitch chat when I review my casting VODs because I know there will be some slight transphobic or homophobic comment in there, especially if that cast was on camera. It goes beyond not wanting to share my real name, not wanting to share my pronouns with the teams that I'm working with. I want to hide in my little bubble. I want to hide in my ball. I don't want people to know I'm transgender. I don't want people to know that I go by Ashley. I don't want anyone to know that they can use this to weaponize it against me because I'm scared or that it hurts. I don't want people to know that them coming into a Discord call with me and saying, oh, I thought you were a girl because my Discord name was Ashley, and then they hear my voice and say, well, I thought you were a girl, but now I hear your voice, you're a dude, and trigger my dysphoria. I don't want people to know that. because that means I'm weak. Because that means it can be used against me. Because that means I'm at their mercy. I'm sick and tired of being scared. I'm sick and tired of people wanting to be their best selves. Not hurting anybody, just trying to be the best version of themselves they can be. And dealing with this. With constant hatred. Whether it's minuscule or it's outright misogyny, transphobia, whatever. If it's getting mugged on the street or being called a homophobic slur in Discord, I'm sick of it. And I am scared. And it holds me back from making content because I have been trolled in my games simply for being transgender. I have been trolled on my streams for being transgender. I have been denied jobs for being transgender. But this is reality. I know a lot of people I know don't understand what it's like to deal with being transgender on a daily basis, or to even deal with being a minority, a woman, a person of color on a daily basis. And a lot of those people are people in esports. Because racism, sexism, bigotry, it is rampant in this scene. We need to do better. And I'm not going to stop just because people want to push me down and people want to attack me. Yes, I'm terrified. I'm worried that one day I'm just not going to be here anymore because some asshole decided that my life wasn't worth being on this earth. But I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. But we need to be better. We need to be stronger. And we need to be more supportive. I'm sick of there not being enough outlets, of enough opportunities, of enough people standing up for minorities in this scene. For people going into games and not reporting because it doesn't do anything. For people going into games and being allowed to be sexist with no one standing up for them. And for those that do stand up for them, calling them white knights and simps because they have the balls, they have the guts to stand up for what is right. I'm sick and tired of going into games and being called slurs. And the people I queued up with, my friends, not saying anything. My friends saying, that's gay. Like that doesn't add a negative connotation to being gay. Like they're not using that in a negative light. And like that doesn't harm the LGBT community. I'm sick of being called slurs and my friends not standing up for me. Sick and tired. This is the reality. Every day I wake up and face this. Every day I have to wonder, am I going to get denied a job opportunity because of this today? Every day I have to wake up and wonder, am I meeting the ridiculous standard of passing as a woman that the world has set for me on the internet or in real life? And if not, what kind of harassment do I deal with today? Do I get to try on clothes in a changing room? Do I get called a slur in public? Do I get mugged? Do I get assaulted? Why are we okay with this? Why do not more of us stand up for this? I want to know because it's hard. And I'm still fighting. And there's people of color and other LGBT members and women fighting to make it in this scene and to make it in the world and to make it a better place. And there's so many people that I know that know me, that say they support me, that sit by and do nothing. Just tell me. When are you going to do something? When are we, as a community, going to do something? Because this is reality. And it's not fucking